Harden lobbing it up. Broken up by Joe and controlled by the Thunder. The intended receiver was Jared Allen, and those two, as you talked about, Richard, have had a wonderful connection, Harden and Allen thus far. Cason Wallace lost it, trying to save it, does. Holmgren connects on a three.
And that's why Chet Holmgren is so valuable. He can post up. We talked about being a three-level scorer. Right there, he's able to space the floor, knock down the three. But I also want to give some credit to Cason Wallace. His defense on James Harden made that pass that much tougher. James Harden has made that pass a million times, but if you pressure him, it makes it a little bit more difficult.
Here's Mobley, just his second game back from injury, twisting, taking, left it short. Rebound secured by Hartenstein. Here's Lou Dort to the corner. Wallace can't hit, and Allen secures the rebound. Mobley looking to drive it in, lost it, and out of bounds off of Mobley.
Pass where I think Jared Allen feels comfortable. Jared Allen's going to eat a lot in these rolls and these drop-off passes from James Harden.
Here's Dort giving it up, and Holmgren vacated. Was that pass?
He's forced.
Here's Wallace into the paint, kicks it out. Holmgren, another three. That one rims off, and Mobley the rebound. Cavs offense has been incredible since the acquisition of Harden, as Wade can't hit. They had started to sizzle even before it, but they've taken it to a new level since Harden has joined, although scoreless thus far, as Wallace buries the three, and a 6-0 start for the defending champs. Mitchell will pull, can't hit. Holmgren able to get through the poke of Mobley. Isaiah Joe, he got it on a deep one, and Kenny Atkinson needs a tie. That are just such reliable role players. They bring such stability to our team. You know exactly what you're getting every single time you throw them out there, and that's why they're able to navigate stretches like this without key stars.
Well, and that's what's so special about the OKC system. Even adding a guy like Jared McCain, I think he's going to fit so well with this team, but you also have to find minutes for these guys. But what Mark Daigneault was very impressed with his group is that everyone buys in. Today it might be your day, it might be a quarter, it might be a half, but the ability to stay ready as you see Chet Holmgren with the lefty finish.
Wade lobbing it up, and look at Holmgren all the way down on the other end to make the defensive stop. Remarkable hustle from Holmgren. Holmgren diving in, trying to kick it out, gets it back. Aarons finishes.
Now, I know that Chet likes playing against other players that he's compared to, whether it's Wemby, if it's Evan Mobley. He loves taking that challenge, and James Harden with a quick 5 to get Cleveland engaged.
Harden has been shooting it very well since joining the Cavs. 49% from the floor, 48 from three. Backdoor cut, Joe up under and off, but got fouled. And Isaiah Joe will go to the line.
Example, he said he's a winner, and that kind of mindset rubs off on the entire team.
And you know, one of the other interesting things, thank you, Katie, that Mark talked about in regard to Chet today is he said, not only has he continued to improve his skill, but how he uses it. He knows how to integrate it in an NBA game now. Well, Harden can't hit the three.
Yeah, he's a connector. And you know, when you find those guys that do everything that you need for your team, it is so easy for them to fit in.
Thunder have done a nice job limiting the Cavs offensively thus far in the first. Cleveland 2 of 6 from the floor. Here's Wade. Off to Mitchell. Lob it in. Joe tips it away. Another Cleveland turnover. Lob at the other end. Wallace bounces out. Holmgren finds Hartenstein for the finish. And the Cavs have watched 6 of their turnovers turn into 9 points already for the Thunder. That's what Oklahoma City does better than anybody. Allen loses it, a 7th Cleveland turnover. Wallace running the break and laying it in. Kenny Atkinson needs another timeout. It's a 19-5.
All turnovers, and you're better off throwing it out of bounds than to have it happen while the game is moving, because OKC turns it into points better than any other team.
Yes, first in the NBA, 22.5 points.
OKC, yes, you're not going against Shea and J-Dub, but you are going against a team that has a principle and another turnover.
That is the 8th of the quarter. Wallace can't lay it in, and Joe drops it off the delivery from Hartenstein. But you're right, Richard. You know, the schedule's about to get tough for Cleveland, too. We have a game on ESPN later in the week between the Cavs and the Pistons. They have some big matchups coming up over the next 2 weeks. Schroeder can't hit the three and off the bench. Schroeder and Merrill in. Haynes done a nice job since being acquired at the deadline from Philadelphia.
Yeah, and look for Sam Merrill. Last time OKC was in a zone, Sam Merrill's hit 5 threes 10 different times this season. They're going to need his three-point shot if OKC does a ton of zone.
That is a 9th Cleveland turnover in the quarter. Not even midway through the first. McCain gets it back. Hartenstein a little tricky. McCain flips it out. 4 to shoot. McCain in the corner. You bet! What a beautiful set run by the Thunder, and McCain all over it. A 9-0 Oklahoma City run. A 22-5 lead. Schroeder lost his footing and the basketball. This is unbelievable. 10 turnovers. Joe in the corner. Again. "17 points off turnovers in the quarter for Oklahoma City." Tyson can't hit. Holmgren the rebound.
I want to say Cleveland needs to settle in. I think you can tell by the score. But ultimately, what is OKC doing? They're just playing great defense and moving the ball and shooting the ball well.
McCain on the cut. Flings it out. Joe will fire. And hit. Points off turnovers in the quarter. And Isaiah Joe had 5 steals himself in that quarter. Mitchell, that swim move, trying to kick it to the corner. Wow.
That's an almost turnover. So even then, when you didn't turn over the ball and you see it in the way you've been playing, you've got to clean up some of these passes because OKC is just eating them up.
Well, even that, right? Not on target, and it kind of throws off Tyson's shooting rhythm.
Yeah, people talk about on time, on target. That's not a cliche. That is something that can hurt you in this league.
Jay Will buries another 3. His 2nd of the day. The Thunder now 9 for 13 from downtown. Here's Schroeder. Schroeder misses again, and Holmgren the rebound. Schroeder now 1 of 4 from the floor. Holmgren long strides. Mitchell whacks down the rebound. Here's Tyson on the move baseline. Tyson lays it in. Dort had to be careful, playing with 2 fouls. Topic able to finish. Mark Dagnall talked about Topic and said, you know, we're not evaluating him right now. That wouldn't be fair. What his body has gone through after chemotherapy. Said even when you're done with the treatment, the way it continues to affect your body, he's carrying extra weight. He said, but the fact that he has been able to still be on the floor and contribute just speaks to his talent, his incredible intellect. What a true point guard he is.
Having your entire family around you to support you. So for him to go through all of that and then be playing the highest level of competitive basketball, I think everyone's excited to see him on the floor.
Tomlin can't hit the corner 3. Got a great ovation when he checked in for the first time in his first game 2 games ago. Foul on the pass there against Cleveland. Mobley, Thunder with Dort, Wiggins, Holmgren, Jay Will, and Topic. And that is another Thunder three. This time Wiggins. OKC 10 of 14 from three.
And that's not great defense there by the Cavs. It's one pass, Donovan Mitchell gets in the air, they drive, you're forced to help, and now somebody gets a wide open shot.
Oh, now Schroeder gets up into the face. Here's Harden giving it up. Schroeder on the drive, able to lay it in high off the window. Mitchell goes to the bench. Harden in. Thunder jumped out to a 28-5 lead in the first as Ellis comes up with a steal. Ellis all the way in for the lay, and Oklahoma City needs a timeout.
30 tonight.
DraftKings is the #1 sports book for live betting. Use promo code SPLASH when you sign up. Here's Jay Will. Another 3 for 3 from 3 for Jay Will. Oklahoma City's 11 for 15. Harden bounces, Schroeder cuts, kicks. Ellis hits on a three.
That is great offense. You have the point guard setting the screen for the other point guard, rolling and finding somebody open.
McCain fends off, tips out. Look at the save from Wiggins, but Ellis gets in there, and Mobley will score the first points for the starting front court in this game for Cleveland.
And that's been the problem. They haven't had the normal impact they do, but that's what OKC does. They can take away that interior passing. They can shut off the water for pretty much anyone.
Seeing Keon Ellis making an impact off the bench in this one for Cleveland. Jay Will up, under, and off. Here's Schroeder, has 6 assists. Harden lobs it into Mobley. Mobley a deep catch and a finish.
Isn't it amazing? You get one bucket, then you get two, then things start to open up. But also, how about James Harden clearing the floor, trying to get Evan Mobley involved?
11-point game. Cleveland is trailed by as many as 23.
OKC wants to be careful. You want to keep some momentum. Right now, Cleveland feeling very comfortable.
Harden can't hit a good look there. Wiggins finding Holmgren on the move. Got fouled from behind by Tomlin. Donovan Mitchell calming down Kenny Atkinson on the Cavs sideline. Was not happy with that foul call.
Well, he's got a review. He's got a challenge.
Maybe it was something on the other end that was still upsetting Kenny. As Holmgren hits the free throw. You know, but we saw James Harden and Donovan Mitchell both go over and calm Kenny down there. And Kenny has been so open throughout the season talking about the value. As you see, he continues his dialogue with Zach Zarba. But talking about the value of Donovan Mitchell, the way he collaborates with him, consults him. And now with James Harden, Kenny was telling us earlier, it takes such a load off you as a coach. I don't have to call on role players because of the incredible cerebral player that James Harden is.
Well, and that's what you have with both players. Last year, it was Donovan Mitchell going to Kenny Atkinson and saying, I want Evan Mobley in the second unit with me. So then he would play with them, really unlocked Evan Mobley, leading to that Defensive Player of the Year. So Donovan and Coach have had a very collaborative effort from the beginning.
Jay Will, not that time. That hit his first 3 attempts from 3. Shooting at just 32% on the season. Here's Merrill working behind Allen. Can't hit that one. Sam Merrill on the season, 46.9% from 3. That's 3rd in the NBA as Holmgren twists that one out of bounds. And the Thunder have now turned.
Surprised to see the turnovers now from OKC, but the older players, the veteran players, they normally don't get warmed up till the middle of the second quarter.
So you weren't a fan of those early games?
When I was young, yes. As I got older, no. I needed a full day of recovery.
Yeah, Oklahoma City's #1 in the NBA protecting the basketball. Here's Merrill getting a clean look. Can't hit. Rebound deflected back to Harden. Harden gets space. Line drive attempt won't go. Another O-board. Tomlin giving it up. Good hustle from Merrill on the offensive glass. Harden digs in and banks it home. Looking for a whistle as well. Did not find it, but did find the bottom of the net. Cason Wallace off the mark. Allen the rebound. Had it stripped away by McCain. Good cut from Wallace. Into the corner. Holmgren at three. Won't go.
Well, and now this is where you're looking at OKC. No J-Dub, no Shea. Normally, those are the players that will settle you and make sure you get a good shot when needed.
Holmgren, the rejection. Tomlin going back for more. And denied again.
Quality shots.
Let's check in with Katie George.
Well, guys, you wondered how OKC would fare during this period without SGA and Jalen Williams. Well, Mark Daigneault said instead of this time being deflating, he said this group gets excited about the competitive challenge it presents. He said the team believes this will significantly help them down the road come playoff time. Guys are gaining valuable experience and confidence in their play, which was full on display in that first half.
Good stuff, Katie. Thank you very much. As Merrill cuts it to 6 with that made 3. Merrill starting the second half rather than Wade for Cleveland. Dort connects. The 14 threes Oklahoma City had in the first half match their season high for a half. Here's Mitchell kicking to the corner. Mobley will fire. No. Ooh. Up. Foul there.
So, and for James Harden.
Jay Will, not that time, hit his first 3 attempts. Yeah, Kenny Atkinson talks about Sam Merrill as the ultimate connector for his team as Merrill buries another. He calls him the egg beater. He said he gets things moving for us. Never heard a coach use that term before.
I've never seen a play-by-play demonstrate an egg beater in my life. What is going on?
That's Kenny's term. I'm just making sure you understand.
Yes, I've seen an egg beater before.
Merrill, the egg beater with another.
Did we just come up with a new nickname for Merrill?
That might be it. It's a 4-point game. Oklahoma City had
all by myself.
That's what you do. Keep Stevie LeBeau in your pocket there.
Don't tell anybody.
Isaiah Joe unable to hit. Joe had 4 threes in the first half, 14 points and a career-high 5 steals. Mitchell gives it up. Here's Mobley wrapping in, getting it back. Mobley trying to go back to work. Holmgren all over him, and Mobley still hits. It's a 2-point game. Timeout, Oklahoma cut it to 2, and now they've tied it. Donovan Mitchell with a beautiful finish. And Sam Merrill knocks that one out of bounds. Let's check.
We've gotten 3 open looks. Offense isn't the problem right now, but when we're shooting, we're jogging back, and Sam Merrill has taken advantage. Get back. We need some more urgency on that end of the floor.
Good stuff.
For 18. And when you're playing against a defense like OKC, they do such a great job of closing in that paint, getting deflection structure.
Cavs with 14 double-digit comeback wins this season, second in the NBA. Trailed by 23 today.
And why is a team as good as the Cavs been down double digits 14 times?
Allen the stuff, and the Cavs with their first lead of the day.
Go ahead and catch a body, big fella. But that's the thing. When they talk about the trade for James Harden, the Cavs needing to do something different, you see, they should not be trailing by double digits 14 times. And that's their wins. They've been down double digits more than that.
Joe can't hit the 3. Allen the rebound. Here comes Mitchell. Step back 3. In and out. Thunder blitzed out to a 28-5 lead in the first, forcing 10 Cavs turnovers in that first that turned into 17 Thunder points. But Cleveland now with a 1-point, they have just 1 turnover since.
Yeah, that's been the difference in the game. It's been a tale of turnovers.
Holmgren dishes out. Dort racing inside, lays it in, puts the foul, just beating the shot clock.
Position, and Lou Dort has done that as well as anybody on this OKC team.
You were talking about that analogy with Kenny Atkinson in regard to Jalen Tyson, who, he's had a broader role at times this season and now is adjusting back to having to be more defense rebound focused and having to stay in his lane a bit.
Well, and it's all, sometimes your lane can change. You got a lot of guys out, you get to score. Now can you still make the same impact when everyone's back and we need you to be a defender, we need you to be a connector, a floor spacer. There's an adjustment of growth, there's also adjustment when your role shrinks a bit.
Harden and Allen, you saw the connection there. Here's Holmgren. Wow, what a crossover. Holmgren couldn't finesse it in. Hartenstein whacks it, and it's out. Cavs with a 1-point lead, 7:20 to go in the third. And a foul on Hartenstein on the entry feed. Now 14 combined between them. And it's come just between the end of the second, beginning of the third.
Well, and some of that, again, that's when Sam Merrill got going from three, because they had packed it in the paint. Now all of a sudden, your bigs can get activated. You can see players get downhill. One player can really change that entire dimension.
Schroeder in, Mitchell out. Harden throws it away. Here's Holmgren shoveling to Wallace. Joe. Harden did a nice job getting back there. And a foul on Harden to grab Joe. And Harden knew it.
And now you have OKC is in the bonus, is in the Cleveland. You've got to defend without fouling. You don't want the turnovers to lead to now fouls that are going to lead to easy free throws.
Hey, let's take a look at our upcoming national TV schedule. Later on today on ABC, Denver at Golden State, 3:30 Eastern on ABC. Tonight on NBC and Peacock, it'll be Boston at the Lakers. And NBA TV tonight, Orlando at the Clippers. Peacock tomorrow night, San Antonio and Detroit. Big-time matchup there. And Houston hosts Utah. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com and visit the NBA app. Knocked away by Wallace. Wallace to the rim. Bench saying, not too sure about the finish.
Oh, yeah, they were judging that. I love it.
Meanwhile, this is how the Thunder built their lead. Turnovers. They forced 2 in a row, turned it into points both times as Allen can't hit the floater. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Last hits Holmgren, and it's going to stay with the Cavs. Right, he needed to go one step closer. Schroeder takes the three, lost his footing, and the foul's on Joe as Schroeder grabs at his right ankle.
I think he stepped on his foot.
Lean on him. Merrill's floater way off. Rebound knocked into the arms of Joe. Holmgren, Hartenstein, Wallace, McCain, the others on the floor with Joe. Allen, Merrill, Wade, Harden, and Schroeder for Cleveland. Here's Joe. Kicking out, McCain. No. And that one will make...
Oh, Price is Right.
Yeah.
One of the best stay home from school shows.
Absolutely. Schroeder buries the three. Wallace, little teardrop, off the mark. Wade able to claw the rebound over to Harden. Here comes Schroeder, veering into the lane, gets denied. Erased by Holmgren. Wallace to pirouette, the kick, extra feed, McCain, you bet! And a foul. Very big miss goaltend because it led to that McCain three on the other end as Harden misses the free throw.
Yeah, and we did the San Antonio game where OKC was completely depleted, and it was the day that and it was just his personality, the locker room. They believed that he was the type of character that would fit in, that would be able to, that would be willing to sacrifice, but also willing to compete for every single minute. And we've been able to see that early on from Jared McCain.
And Mark Daigneault, as Katie talked about earlier, says McCain's threaded that needle between being respectful of the group, but also being confident in himself. Nice delivery to Hartenstein for the flush. Thunder with a 4-point lead. Here's Harden pedaling through the paint. Allen couldn't hang on, but it lasts 19 from Isaiah Joe today to lead all scorers. Start of the fourth. Kenny Atkinson got a technical right at the end of the third. Tied for the second most tees in the NBA with Ime Udoka. JB Bickerstaff has the most, so Chet Holmgren hit a free throw to begin the fourth as Dort splash. 6-point Thunder lead.
And I don't mind that technical going into the fourth. If you feel like there's been a couple of calls that didn't go your way, you want to kind of make sure your team knows that you're fighting with them.
Mitchell, strong take and a soft lay. $20 points for Donovan Mitchell. Holmgren on a beautiful feed from Topic. Here's Ellis. Kicking it out. Mobley, no hesitation, buries the three.
Again, Chet is more of a shooter. I think that's his natural game. But for Evan Mobley to be able to come down and knock down a shot, kind of in transition, a delayed transition, that's such a difficult weapon to guard.
Wiggins off the mark. Tyson the rebound. Here's Mobley. Mobley looking to take Topic. Mitchell dancing, floating, couldn't finish. Holmgren posting Ellis, and Ellis fouls Holmgren on the floor.
But if you have a good relationship with them, they'll communicate with you differently. They will communicate how well you communicate back to them.
Williams trying to save it, cannot.
Well, but look, they're in every game just like you. I've actually said things to officials and come out at halftime and apologize.
There you go. Schroeder, no. Holmgren's 19th double-double of the season. Dort fakes the three. Takes the mid-range. Back iron and off. Topic the offensive rebound. Wiggins the attack. Met the rim and couldn't finish. Ellis long strides and throws it out of bounds.
Two of the best teams in the league, two of the best teams in their respective conferences. But right now, if I'm Thunder, I feel great. Half of our roster, our two best players are sitting on the sideline, and we are pushing Cleveland to as much as they can take.
Holmgren unable to snake it in. Williams connects. Two of those stars you're talking about right there have been so engaged on the bench all game. Shea and J-Dub. Also without A.J. Mitchell, another one of the creators on offense for Oklahoma City. Harden, 5 to shoot. Harden finds some space and the teardrop.
There's not many guards as big as James Harden, maybe in NBA history, that have that type of touch, that type of float game. That's normally a small guard thing to be able to get over bigs, but he does it with such ease.
Holmgren the flush. Nice delivery from Wiggins. Mobley fakes the three, gets inside and gets fouled. Got that step on Holmgren. Hey, here's our ESPN NBA Wednesday doubleheader highlighted by 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Then Jaylen Brown and the Celtics wrap up their 4-game road trip in Denver against Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and the Nuggets. The NBA Countdown crew tips off coverage at 7. That is a powerhouse NBA Wednesday this week.
Which game are you doing?
First one.
Okay.
Pistons Thunder. Man, we have Pistons Cavs all-access game on Friday. Wallace, another 19th Thunder three of the day. Their season high is 23 made threes. Harden will fire and hit.
James Harden with 15 and 7. Just a quiet game, but just so impactful.
Out of bounds off of Merrill.
Step back, just stepping into it, it's smooth.
Jarrett Allen comes in for Evan Mobley, and that may be the last we see of Mobley in this game, still on a minute restriction. Thunder lead the Cavs, 7:36 to go in the fourth. Entertaining game in Oklahoma City. Cavs, hottest team in the NBA, 7 straight wins, 12 of 13, 5-0 since James Harden got to Cleveland. Wallace can't hit. Williams, outstanding effort. And another chance here for the Thunder. Joe gives it up, 4 to shoot. Hartenstein barrels in and softly tosses home.
And Hartenstein with that floater. Again, when everything breaks down, Hartenstein can handle the ball, he can play make. So there you give him the ball, opportunity just to go finish the possession.
Harden trying to take on Williams. Harden, that's going to be an offensive foul. He hooked Williams with the right hand. And Matt Myers was all over it.
And I think a foul occurred before this. Right here, that 100% of hooking should be called a foul. But that bump.
Oh, the Hartenstein floater makes it an 8-point game. Oklahoma City has steadied things here after the Cavs had taken the lead in the third. After being down 23, Merrill, they need it. They've got it. Sam Merrill with his 6th three of the day. 8th assist for Harden. Merrill has 20 points. That is taken away by Harden off the deflection. Mitchell getting a breather, getting ready to check back in. Harden cuts, kicks. Tomlin didn't take it. Merrill contested, unable to hit. Tomlin flags it down. Merrill on the cut, the dish. Allen gets fouled.
Because you want to force him inside that three-point line, but he makes the right play, gets it to Allen.
Yeah, he is 6 of 9 from 3 today. The rest of the Cavs are... First meeting between these teams was a Thunder blowout back on January 19th, 136-104 the final. As Allen misses both free throws. 74% on the season. Couple of big misses there. Joe into the corner. Wallace. You bet. $18 for Wallace. 20-3 for the Thunder. Lead is 8. Harden, hesitation, floater, way off. Allen the rebound, and it squirms out of it.
But if you're the Cavs, this is a game that you want to win more to feel good to be amongst those elite.
Here's Mobley. Has the mismatch on Joe. Mobley goes over him, couldn't finish it. Allen the offensive rebound, and it taken away by Dort. Dort to 3, no. Coming up next, Denver and Golden State. Right here on ABC. Mitchell has 20 points. He's 0 of 5 from 3. Mitchell got bumped And a foul will be on the floor.
That if he sets the screen, it can cause problems.
Allen, little push shot is good on the delivery from Harden. Richard, you talked about this game being a big game, sort of a litmus test game of sorts for Cleveland, even though Thunder missing a couple of key players. Also, if you look at the standings, big for the Thunder when you talk about staying atop the West or chasing down Detroit for best record. Big for Cleveland as they continue to try and improve their seeding. So close to the Knicks and the Celtics. Detroit with a sizable lead at top. Joe, he got it. .6'3" for Isaiah Joe. He has 22. A career-high 10 assists now for Cason Wallace. Mobley unable to hit. Allen, the O board, got hacked.
Mental fatigue that can come from losing to a team shorthanded.
Hartenstein checks in. Wiggins out. Last two seasons, Cleveland's 48-7 when Allen has a double-double, as he does today. Allen makes that free throw. It's been a quieter offensive game for Allen, who's had at least 20 in 4 of the last 5, and who has averaged 23 points in the month of February. Mitchell broke it up. Joe got it back. Big time hustle play by Isaiah Joe. Wallace twists free and reverses it in. Hartenstein the dish, and Wallace a beautiful finish. Lead is back to double digits for Oklahoma City. Mobley tosses it in. Still plenty of time for Cleveland.
They've gone zone last possession, now falling back into a man.
Holmgren fading, can't hit. Another key offensive rebound from the Thunder. Joe dishing, Wallace alone. No. Merrill can't grab it, and it's out of bounds. Allen, you know, Oklahoma City is not a good offensive rebounding team. In fact, they are last in the NBA. However, when Hartenstein and Holmgren are on the floor, they are a significantly better offensive rebounding team, and we have seen them really accessing it here in the fourth quarter. Here's Holmgren. Swing it around. Joe, a deep one. Rims out. Mitchell to fling ahead. Mobley leaking out. Waits and flushes. Just like that, it's a 6-point game.
They're going to have to continue to string together stops here. I like it when they end up with the ball in Hartenstein's hand as a playmaker or as a scorer.
Holmgren hands it off. Wallace on a career day. Dishes out. Dort finds Hartenstein. There you go, Richard.
Because he makes the right play every time, and then when he's in his lane, that little short floater, it is automatic.
Hartenstein in double figures. Harden cruises in for 2. Cavs looking for a stop with 1:25 to go. Merrill coming from behind, nearly got to it. Holmgren finds Hartenstein for the major stuff. Harden at 3 is good. Big time response there from James Harden, who has 20. Mitchell, Merrill, and Harden all with 20. 5-point game. 1 minute to go. Holmgren dances through the lane. Couldn't flip it in. No whistle. Mitchell comes up with a loose ball. An opportunity for Cleveland, down 5. Merrill giving it up. 45 seconds into the corner. Mobley a 3. No. And Hartenstein secures it. About a 16-second difference game in shot clock. Will Cleveland foul here? Merrill looking back to the bench asking, what do you want me to do? And now Oklahoma City will take a timeout. If Cleveland's going